Attention! Join us in Ethiopia from the 20th to the 29th of July 2026 for the Lion of Judah Tour, as we celebrate the 134th anniversary of Emperor Haile Selassie I, Emperor of Ethiopia. In Addis Ababa, we will visit the Grand Jubilee Palace, the University of Addis Ababa Imperial Palace, the Throne Room and Palace of Menelik II, and of course, the Science Museum, the National Museum, the Battle of Adwa Museum, and so much more. Then we go south to Shashamane and visit the hot springs and waterfalls of Wando Gedet. And don't forget the summer palace of the emperor. Come prepared to rock Nayabing. Remember that the Lion of Judah Tour is all inclusive. Your meals, your accommodations, transportation, and so much more. Plus, take advantage of our 50%, 30%, and 20% discounts that are available. For more information or to register, email us at priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. The Lion of Judah Tour. What a gathering. And see you there.
We share that same goal. And the goal is a tabernacle in every state of Africa. Now, how do I interpret that? Remember, as we would have said before, the idea of a tabernacle, which is really what you may call a church, in every state of Africa is not the little house on the prairie mentality now. When you say tabernacle, the tabernacle is a university, you know. You're dealing with a campus. That's why I said earlier that our Messiah, our Christ figure, the Melchizedek, would have already given us the black print, the blueprint, and the example. And he would have told us that greater things, works than these, shall you do. We haven't even nearly begun to think of the greater works than these that he would have done. Even the works that he would have done, we're not the best caretaker of it. No one need to be offended. I'm speaking to myself as well. There's a mirror in front of me. So that's who I'm speaking to. So need not be offended. If the stone didn't hit you, you don't have to cry out. But I'm saying that we as a whole are not the best caretakers of even the example that has been left by us, even the structure and infrastructure that King Emmanuel would have set down. And what you see of the structure is the same structure within our principle. I mean, we just got to be clear and honest with ourselves. So we have to have a mindset, the old enslavement mindset. We're still carrying it. And we need to break away those shackles and chains that are, yes, on the mind. So the goal. When I envision a tabernacle, you're dealing with a campus, a gated community. I'm just sharing this with you. This is my heart and my mind I'm sharing with my family. Between 13 acres to 13 square miles of land. You see the difference there. Just think of this. 13 acres, that's a good size. We hardly have that anywhere. 13 square miles, oh, that's big. Man, that's hardly an island, but yes, it's big. Enough for what we are thinking of. A gated community. Our father taught us that. Gated community. Top security. To enter and to exit. And at the same time, we are meditating of the highest level when it comes to not only modernity, but the highest level of nature. Because there's nothing that Rastafari, what they call the Rastaman, established and is not in tune with nature. I'm talking about the ancient ones. So that is why even the material that we would wear and the food that we eat and our calabash bowls and the coconut forks and spoon and even the fire that we cook on and the clay pot that we cook in, everything that Rastafari does is supposed to be in tune with nature. So in other words, it doesn't hurt or harm the earth, but actually contributes to it. But the way that the modern world is established, it's established in a way to destroy and even rob from the earth. You may think it's so modern to have this soak away system here and so forth and so fifth and the toilet system. Of course it's modern and it's good. But how do you contribute back to the earth? This may sound a little gross to some of you, but it's reality. Do you know when you defecate, by right, your defecation is supposed to go inside of the earth, almost like you're planting a tree? I don't mean just go into the bush and leave it there, there's a technique to this. I'm sorry if you're eating, but I'm just trying to show you a reality. All right, let me move on. I don't want to stay too long. You got that point. But the other half of the point is that the system that we have now, the sewage system plus the system that has been developed, is that when you defecate, in many cases there's something like what they call it, like a cesspool kind of stuff, where everything is gathered. And then after a while, there's a company that comes and cleans it out and sucks it out and carries that and dumps it wherever they dump it. That's modernity for you. That's the modern day. That's how things run now. But that is definitely not nowhere in tune with nature. You eat from nature, whether it's animals or plants. But when it's time to take out the rubbish out of you, those of us who get it out in time, it still does not go back to the earth where it should go. And I'm saying all of that, just to clarify that when we envision a modern, high-quality city, it still must be done in tune with nature. So our engineers, our architects, our scientists that will build our kingdom, that will build our cities, our intellects that will build our ministries, everything will be done in tune with nature because we are people of nature. Rastafari, and when I say Rastafari, this is a real vision here, This is not the hereafter, this is the here now. The real golden city in every state of Africa. Family, the city must have an international airport. And what that does, just to think about, not an airstrip, not somewhere to land a helicopter. I mean, we will have countless helipads. Yeah. Because we're thinking big here. When you say an international airport, that obviously means something must be going on here. That's like a yardstick you have. So the fact that you have an international airport, that means there must be so many other things within your infrastructure and structure and system that must be on par with reality for you to just entertain an international airport, big business, ministries. I mean, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Agriculture. That is why when I hear brothers and, be saying, hey, now, we need to get land and a piece of land so we can do some farming and eat some food. I don't want to sound insulting, but that kind of thinking to me is behind. We got to think beyond land now. We got to think real estate. Land is good, but not just land to do some farming. No, we need to establish the Ministry of Agriculture. You see, when you establish the Ministry of Agriculture, obviously, all of what we just said will fall under that. But we think from lowlands, we got to get to the highlands now so we can go to the higher lands. And it begins in the mind. The mindset. Ministry of Roads and Infrastructure. And again, forestry and everything. All of this. So obviously the land is prime. So how are we as a people going to reach to this goal? And this is not our goal, I'm just sharing this with you. This is my goal. In every state of Africa. The highest level. So you have international airport. That means you have jets for yourself too. For your people. Oh no, that's too much. That's selfish. You see, this is our problem. Again, back to the mindset. This is our problem. So you are so wicked that not only you want to deprive your own people that you say you love from the abundance that the world has to offer, you want to deprive your own self and be opening some Bible and telling me, oh, look, it says here, don't worry about tomorrow and this and that. That's not what it's talking about. It says there to take your talent and make talents too. It says there, when the prince is wealthy, the people rejoice. You missed that one, didn't you? Come on. It's because we have a heart that is murky and in the miry clay, that we are not thinking with love. So when you think with love, you want to expand, you want to grow. You want to increase the economic strength and wealth of yourself so you can assist your own people. So whatever you can provide for yourself and your family, you should have a standard that you must be able to do that for 10 other people, 10 other families. Not just give them a strength, but literally use your wealth and give all of them the same lifestyle that you have. You should be in the position to do that. And I'm saying, of course, you use your resources wisely. But you should aim for that. We need to think bigger. We think too small. Oh, well, once I can get through where? What you talking about? This ain't no get through world, You see what's going on in the world today. And as I said, when the dollar dies, I'm not telling you to stack up no money in the bank and get 2% every year. This is a long journey now. A long journey. We have to learn how to invest. We have to learn how to have a good eye for trade. We have to learn how to create and get the finance that we need. We have to learn how to take our own talents and turn them into talent. To everyone who has been asking, Priest Isaac, how can I make a contribution to the Institute? Press the link in the description and you'll get all the information that you need to do such. We truly appreciate your inquiry. For more information, email priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. Sign up today for the Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy course and take advantage of our 50% off. The 50% discount is for a limited time, and you will receive the full course for only $99.99 United States dollars. The Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy, professionally done. The graphics are definitely top-notch. Email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. Designed for the mature mind and also for the young thinker. Venerable Priest Isaac here, and I'm here with Brother Nakaya Yahawasha. And of course, how you felt about the tour, the different places we visited, the different parks, museums, churches, the Christ Mass. Give us your experience, my Lord.
Yeah, man, and bless up, Priest Isaac Institute, for coordinating, this year, necessary and islandful occasion, wherein I got the opportunity now, guidance and safety and security, to be able to forward here, into this year, I grounds, motherland, Ethiopia itself, and to touch in Ethiopia and also to touch in very, very sacred grounds, such as the King's Palaces, Gaza Mountain. Now I am, mountain palaces where the king, resided, meeting grounds, clothes that the king wore himself, so to touch on these different areas, go to the museums, also to the national, institutes, as well as, the space program to see what's going on, as well ancient, traditional Ethiopia, as well as where Ethiopia is heading for the future. Definitely, Ayman, is personally encouraging I myself to return here and making the necessary preparations to come forward to be here. So it's not just a dream but a reality. So I can continue to learn, because there's no way, there's so much to learn. There's no way to learn and compact everything in just one tour. So I is looking forward for the future tours, not just the next tour, but the tours up on top of the tours, up on top of the tours.
Building.